Welcome to day 2 of the Augusta National Women's Amateur. Just one more sleep until we kick off round 1, but before we give you a preview of what to look forward to, let's first take a look back at some of the most memorable moments from last year. You always get a unique story at Augusta National Golf Club, and the 2021 Augusta National Women's Amateur was no exception. After an intense duel between two fierce competitors in the inaugural event, the second edition was chock full of players with an opportunity to claim victory. With the par at 18, Amelia Miliaccio posted a 2-under round that gave her the clubhouse lead with several players in front. As it often does, the second 9 at Augusta National Golf Club became a masterclass in survivorship, as each of the players ahead of her suffered drastic setbacks. For Japan's Tsubasa Kajitani, that came in the form of a double bogey at the 17th, to fall into a tie with Miliaccio that eventually forced a playoff. They played 18 over again. Kajitani made another par putt for the victory, securing the first victory by a player from Japan at Augusta National. Just like the previous 2 years, the first 2 rounds of Anwa will be contested right here at Champions Retreat. One 9 designed by Jack Nicklaus, the other by Arnold Palmer. Together, it's a par 72 spanning 6,300 yards. Let's take a look at what makes this golf course so special. As a reminder, there are 72 participants teeing it up this year, including 9 of the top 10 in the World Amateur Golf Rankings. Here are just a few of the women that you are going to want to keep an eye on. The number 1 player to keep an eye on, well, that would be the number 1 player in the world, Rose Zhang, who almost came down to win it all last year before a triple bogey on 13 thwarted those efforts, but she is back as a Stanford freshman with 3 collegiate wins under her belt and is ready for redemption. Number 2 to keep an eye on, well, that would be Amelia Miliaccio, who finished as the runner-up last year. She has 5 collegiate titles with Wake Forest and has publicly spoken about her want to help to elevate the game by being a golf reporter. Well, this week she is trying to win it all. Number 3 player to keep an eye on, that has to be Megan Gane. I'm sure you recognize her name and maybe her face when she broke onto the scene at the U.S. Women's Open last year with a share of the lead after the first round. She won the hearts of viewers all over the world with her charisma and her passion for the game. Megan Gane is here to try to make a statement this week. There are amazing stories about every single person in the field this week, but we don't have time for all of that, so we're going to leave you with one more. That is Hannah Darling. All right, what did they say, Hannah Darling? Drive for show, putt for dough.
Pretty much.
We all love to see players hit bombs, and you're one of the longest players in the field. First, let's talk about your role models. Who do you look up to when you say, man, I want to hit it just like that off the tee?
I mean, Anne Van Dam swings it pretty pure.
Yes, she does.
And she can hit it pretty far as well. I mean, you know, when she kind of came into the spotlight a few years ago, I mean, me and Ian, my coach, had actually been looking at her for a few years before that, and we always said that she was going to do some cool things.
Give us a little preview of what we're going to be seeing off the tee this week.
Okay.
That any good?
It was all right. Sneaking a little bit right, but it's all good.
All right, so got a little intel on you.
Okay.
That you might be a little superstitious about the way your bag is set up and who can touch it, who cannot touch it.
Okay, yeah.
Is this true?
Slightly, yes. Yeah, there's a certain place for all my clubs in the bag, and if it's not in the right place, Ian, take note, it's not good.
What about organization within the bag?
It's pretty simple. I mean, I've got golf balls in that pocket, you know, I've got bands in there for stretching and stuff, and then I've got food.
What's the golf course snack of choice?
Oh, it used to be a tuna sweet corn sandwich back in Scotland.
Tuna and sweet corn.
Yeah, tuna sweet corn and mayonnaise, that's a staple food back home, but now I'm in the States, it's probably a Cliff Bar.
Okay, last question. What hole, what shot are you most excited to try out when you do get to Augusta National?
You know, there's so many shots. I think it's just, you know, you've seen pretty much professionals from everywhere hitting every single shot.
Yeah.
So just a chance to go and do that myself and, you know, see what I can do, that'll be pretty fun.
It's a moment many dream of, but few ever get to experience. Driving down Magnolia Lane for the very first time.
We're going, and we're coming to probably 10 minutes away.
How are you, ladies?
That's a wrap from day 2 of the Augusta National Women's Amateur. Round 1 starts Wednesday morning, and we will be right here keeping you updated with all of the scores, storylines, and so much more. So make sure you're following us at AMWA Golf on all of your social platforms. That means Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. See you tomorrow.